Bowsette took the world by storm when she debuted in 2018. Peach's secret upgraded form was a new step for the Mario series. A controversial step, but one that artists seem to have fun with. Nintendo, on the other hand, not so much. Possessing a striking design, unique abilities, and bold attributes, this character completely changed what it meant to be a part of the Mario universe. Or, well, that would be the case if I was talking about a real character. Yes, if you were one of the lucky few to not be neck-deep in the Mario Twitterverse of late 2018, God, I wish that could have been me, you should know that in the most shocking twist of events, Bowsette was just a fan creation. Nothing more, nothing less. This character, who for some reason is more popular than like half the main cast that they actually try to promote, isn't real. That's all for this one. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and delete that search history. You really need to find out what this next video has in store. Huh. So I guess I'm not done after all. Yay? Today we're gonna see just how Bowsette got so popular in the first place. The strange reality of how she still lives on to this day, the real reasons why Nintendo wants you to completely forget that she existed, and how this all ties into the alleged real existence of Bowsette. Was she an actual thing? But I know one thing, the last time I tried to talk about a risque character, the video got age restricted and demonetized, so we need some backup against the YouTube police. This video is sponsored by DNF Duel, and just to stick it to YouTube, I hid some exclusive Bowsette fan art in this ad that I think you'll enjoy. Am I even allowed to do this? Action fighting at the extreme, one of the most popular and widely played RPGs in the world for 17 years, Dungeon Fighter Online is now back as the latest 2.5D fighting game, DNF Duel. As a Nintendo fan, you probably want something in that classic Smash style with intuitive input commands. I can't handle like 50 different ways to press a single button, and that's what you get here. Like I said, we're gonna see some interesting artwork in this video, but something more dazzling than anything has gotta be these skill effects that do a complete screen takeover. Having the latest 2.5D style fighting game graphics just makes the experience that much more charming and enjoyable. Now, one thing we can all agree on is if Nintendo's gonna make us pay an arm and a leg for online, then it should at least be good. And, well, bad online has really shown to hurt an experience. But DNF Duel uses rollback netcode to ensure a low lag and seamless multiplayer experience worldwide, and has a simplified online matchmaking system where opponents are continuously matched up just by queuing, no need to wait around, and you could just get right into the action. It features all the modes that a fighting game should have, such as a story mode, a practice mode, survival, arcade, and more. DNF Duel is now available to purchase. Click the link in the description below to find out more. But wait, where's the fan art, you asked? Oh, well, it looks like I forgot to add that. Oops. Okay, here you go. Oh my, it's just too easy. We got him. If Bowsette wasn't a real character after all, then how did she become so popular? I mean, I know the Nintendo community can be vocal when there's a hot topic, but it has to start somewhere. And where else more fitting for something controversial than inside a Nintendo Direct? In the September 2018 Direct, we got the reveal of the biggest new Switch game, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. The name still kills me, man. Like, if you thought ports from other consoles weren't getting out of hand on the Switch before, the definitive version of this game had to keep the U in the name just to let the people know. I'm a port and I'm proud. I remember many around this time weren't too happy about this game coming to the Switch, cause with this, Mario Kart, and other series not getting new installments, some doubt was creeping in like, are we actually gonna get new games in these series, or are we just gonna get the Wii U's library on a more popular console? But I ended up being completely wrong on this one, as for as blatantly lazy as the game seemed to be, it still sold way more than the brand new edition of Mario Maker on Switch. What? I wasn't wrong about too many ports though, it still cost us that Mario Kart 9. Now we get the best graphics. There was literally nothing new with this game though, it was just Mario and Luigi U slapped together with no new levels, modes, character... Oh. When Toadette was introduced as a new character for this title, it initially just seemed like upgrading the palette swap slot of Blue Toad for an actual character. Oh, some people are gonna get mad at me over that one. But wait, Blue Toad is actually good! But she ended up being a lot more than just that, as when Toadette gets the new Super Crown power-up, she turns into Peachette. An entirely new, never-before-seen character that would end up spiraling into all of the Bowsette content that we have to endure till this day. But first things first, what is this idea? Like, I appreciate the idea of them wanting to add more unique abilities for characters in this game like 3D World and Super Mario Bros. 2 did, and if you really wanted a playable Peach, it would be kinda hard to justify since, you know, she kinda gets kidnapped in the opening cutscene of the game. So this was the compromise they had to make, and it was really weird. No real hatred for Peachette would really ensue though, until the game came out and we realized that if you played with 4 people, you were actually forced to use Toadette with these easy mode abilities, which makes no sense. Blue Toad was still here, just hidden away as a palette swap for Yellow Toad, and now I kinda started to miss him. Why are you making me play with these broken mechanics? Might have to apologize to the Blue Toad fanbase now, I don't know. But the negative reception that Peachette got, even though it was apparent, was completely overshadowed by something else. As the combination of this character's reveal and one other key incident would lead to one of the craziest Nintendo fan movements of all time. Many were thinking upon this reveal, why is Toadette the only one who could use the Super Crown power-up like this? Like, we know the real reason, and I know this series sticks to canon like Wario sticks to a healthy diet, but fans were curious as to why this only works with her. If another character got their hands on this crown, would they turn into their own discount version of Peach? Well, Twitter user AYYK92 certainly made an impact in the community when they wanted to find out. At the end of Super Mario Odyssey, one of the most tragic scenes of all time occurs when Peach is left to choose between Mario and Bowser. What was the final decision? Who was it gonna be? And after much deliberation, both got rejected like every fan's request for Nintendo to localize Mother 3. I felt for Mario here, man. He got the job done and saved the day, but it still wasn't enough. Bowser, I'm sure he's used to it at this point. But this artist wrote up a much more interesting ending to the Switch's inaugural 3D Mario installment. After getting rejected, Bowser grabs the Super Crown and says, screw it. If he can't be with Peach, then he's just gonna have to become Peach himself. Oh my. Bowsette was born as a way for Bowser to get his revenge in this comic strip and make Peach jealous. Yeah, seriously. And for one reason or another, this post would go viral on social media. Fans were enamored with this new character idea and began to craft their own recreations of the design. And as we said, some of those were a bit more tame than others. What gets lost often when talking about this is that there were many other characters who fans would draw artwork of in a similar style as well. Bowser didn't have to be the only one. There was artwork of Dr. Eggman, Sonic, Waluigi even. Of course, this one became the most popular, but there was still a lot more out there. Fans were having fun. This was one of the most popular Mario characters of the modern era for a brief period of time. Rosalina could only wish she had this. And it actually got so big that Nintendo was forced to address the situation themselves. Yeah. When asked in a Japanese column to comment on Bowsette, and yes, this made headway over there as well, at one point trending #1 in the country, like what? The Nintendo representative simply said, no comment. They didn't want to have anything to do with this character. No, hey, we love how fans are expressing their passion for the game, or, by the way, this isn't a real character, haha, go buy New Super Mario Bros. U this January, like nothing! It was kinda disappointing, and appeared as if they were going back on their own Twitter bio. We're listening too? Yeah, right, you haven't seen this. Brand accounts are getting smarter and smarter, and if I was Nintendo, I would've changed the profile pic, banner, pin, tweet. Okay, maybe not that. But as time would go on, Nintendo's seeming distaste for the Mario fanbase's new favorite character would continue to grow. A character whose popularity was so high that she'd go on to still be talked about today in an interesting fashion, as we'll see in a little bit. But the big thing was all of this buzz surrounding Bowsette distracted from everything that Nintendo actually put in that September Direct. A fan petition started that got tens of thousands of signatures for them to add Bowsette in a future Mario game. If you're Nintendo and see all of this, you know something's wrong. All the money and resources they steal from us with that amazing online subscription goes towards promoting their wholesome, family-friendly characters. And now with this going on, mainstream media has to associate this character with the brand? Not a good look for a publicly traded company. There were allegations of artwork takedowns, although I doubt they would have tried to police that too much considering how often other characters get depicted in that way. Nah, it seems as if Nintendo tried to combat the Bowsette hype in a different way. The suspiciously large amount of new games revealed after this news came out, along with the hard marketing push for the big games of the next couple of months, would further back up the theory that they were trying to suppress this narrative and get focused back on the games that they actually wanted you to go and buy. So is that it? Does Nintendo want you to forget Bowsette just for money? After examining my secret folder, I finally uncovered the real reason. Maybe Nintendo wants you to forget Bowsette because they actually planned on adding her into a Mario game before. And maybe you're saving it for the future. Oh yeah. This new popular concept of the character could distract from their original vision and screw up all of their big plans. But why would I think that? Well, it has to do with this. Yes, fittingly found in the concept art book for Super Mario Odyssey, an image of Bowser capturing Peach was found in a shockingly similar concept to what we saw with Bowsette. This was absolutely crazy, and while the designs were clearly different and there was an apparent lack of the Super Crown, who would have thought that this viral meme was actually something that Nintendo themselves at least thought of doing at one point? Bowser merging with Peach, what a concept. And imagine if we eventually see this concept implemented in an Odyssey sequel or something. You would know that the hype around this movement would have definitely been the catalyst to get that done. As not only would Nintendo have already sensed fan interest in the concept, but it could also give them the excuse they've wanted for years to completely cover up one of their most embarrassing PR trends of all time. Could it happen? I mean, probably, as they're confirmed to have at least looked into the idea of merging Peach with others before. As for Mario Tennis on the N64, a Waru-Peachy character was planned to serve as the antagonist for the princess. No, I'm not joking. Could you imagine if that actually happened? What a design. And well, for Bowser, I mean, well, we certainly know they're open to him merging with female counterparts. But the biggest reason supporting this idea is definitely the former, as it's not just a past trend of Bowsette that Nintendo might want to cover up. Because if you thought this was just a dead meme, searching up Bowsette today yields some shocking results. There's still a massive loot art community for the character, definitely one of the most popular ones in the genre. I'm told by sources. And I was also really surprised upon researching this of how active the video community surrounding the character was till this day. There's tons of peculiar animations, wild game mods, and yes, even an ASMR genre. This one's still the funniest to me. I love how there's still so much still around in areas that you definitely wouldn't expect. Never before do I think I've seen a fan-made character generate #1 trending levels of hype that not only would force Nintendo to react, but also live on stronger than you may think for years to come. I worry for the day when the artists get bored though. We're gonna have to start getting interested in the backstory around the character instead of just her design. Oh my, this community never fails to shock me. It's safe to say that Nintendo would really want Bowsette to be erased from history. But at least since she wasn't an official character and they didn't slap that Nintendo seal of approval on her, they couldn't bear too much of the brunt of responsibility. Unlike some characters that they actually created themselves that they want you to forget. You're gonna want to see this video to find out about Mario characters Nintendo tried to completely erase from history. Some stories being more tragic than you may think.